This is the solution to problems number 27 and 33 from homework 3.3. There are two different synthetic division problems. In these two problems, we have to be careful because there are missing terms. So let's do the problem number 27 first. So we're going to make our L. Inside the L, we're going to put the dividend, adding missing terms. So we have 10, we're going to do the coefficient. So we really need to think of this as 10x to the fourth minus 50x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 800. There are two missing terms here, and if we don't include those in synthetic division, our answer is going to be incorrect. So let's go ahead and put those coefficients in. So we're going to have 10, negative 50, 0, 0, and negative 800. And then on the outside of the L, we put, in this case, 6. If it's x minus 6, we put 6. If it's x plus 6, we will put negative 6. So we're going to start our synthetic division. I'm going to draw an arrow. I'm going to bring down the first term, which is 10. Then I'm going to multiply 6 times 10, which is 60. I'm going to write that in the next column. And then you add the number. So negative 50 plus 60 is 10. Then once again, you multiply. 6 times 10 is 60. Write that in the next column in the second row. And then you add the column. 0 plus 60 is 60. 6 times 60 is 360. And then you add 0 to 360, add going down the column. That's 360. 6 times 360 is 2,160. Adding this column, negative 800 plus 2,160 is 1,360. Now we need to interpret these results. So the coefficients in the first numbers are coefficients of the quotient. This last number that I put inside this box is the remainder. Okay, and then how do we know what power of x goes with each coefficient? Since we started out with an x to the fourth and we're dividing by x to the first, the highest power of the quotient will be 1 less than the highest power of the polynomial we started with. So in this case, the highest power is going to be x cubed. So we can interpret this as 10x cubed plus 10x squared plus 60x plus 360 plus the remainder, 1,360, over the divisor, which was x minus 6. And that is the solution. Okay, the next one, we also have missing terms. So we need to be careful, and the numerator here is not in standard form, so be careful. I'm going to rewrite this as negative x to the fourth plus 0x cubed plus 0x squared plus 180x plus 0. You need a placeholder even for the constant term, divided by x minus 6. Let's set up the synthetic division. We're going to put the coefficients of the dividend in the first row. So that'll be negative 1, 0 for the x cubed term, 0 for the x squared term, 180 for the x term, and 0 for the constant term. Outside the little L is we're going to put, if we have x minus 6, that means 6 goes on the outside. And then we're going to start the synthetic division process. So bring down the first number. So we have negative 1. Then you do negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. And then you add the numbers in each column. So 0 plus negative 6 is negative 6. 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. 0 plus negative 36 is negative 36. 6 times negative 36 is negative 216. Then add 180 plus negative 216, you get negative 36. And 6 times negative 36 again is negative 216. 0 plus negative 216 is negative 216. Now we need to interpret this. So this first set of coefficients, these are the coefficients of the quotient. And this number here is the remainder. So let's interpret that and put down our solution. So the highest power of the quotient is going to be 1 less than what we started with, which was 4. So we're going to have negative 1x cubed minus 6x squared minus 36x minus 36 minus 216 over x minus 6. You could also put, if you wanted to, plus negative 216 over x minus 6. Either one of those two versions for the remainder over the divisor are acceptable.